Dewalt vs Sziky, best of 5. Played recently. Game 1 will be on a map that will be featured in our best of best tournament called Dominio Azul. Blue Demon in Spanish. It's made by German ASL ladder mapmaker Freakling.
So we saw Sziky play, what was it, Kala on this map a few days ago, and
That's right.
he was incredibly impressive.
He's training up. He's got a BSL. He's got RCG. He's got our Best of the Best tour, which Dewalt is also in. Lots of fun events. Prize pool over $15,000 combining those two. BSL and RCG.
Like with Sziky taking down Kala, it's like Sziky can hang with the best, which is good because he's playing Dewalt, so he needs to be able to be on that level.
He's played Dewalt a few times for us. The videos on our YouTube team, Think TTV, cool games to check out. Unfortunately, Quark wasn't there to cast them back then, but we got him now.
Okay, it looks like we're getting a gateway expand from Dewalt. And Sziky, I'm thinking, is going to be overpool into 3-hat, into Hydra, into 6-hat, into like 70 drones, into a lot of Hydras. Because Sziky's style is quite predictable, in my opinion. The problem is he's a really good player. I mean, I say this every time I watch Sziky play, and it's true every time. The issue isn't that Sziky's going to catch you off guard, it's that you know what he's going to do and it's still going to beat you.
$400 APM, bro. He's flexing his muscles. So him and Dewalt are good friends, and when they want to play, I believe Sziky says, let's go Chobo to Dewalt, who's #1, considered by many, foreigner, or up there with Bonnet. So he's very confident in his EVP, even against Dewalt.
And he should be.
I think he was the #1 foreigner a while back, right?
Yeah, he's won a BSL. These
Nice
denials on the hatchery
for us.
were quite nice. And now he's going in, he's going to see that it's just one egg, so nothing to be afraid of. And Sziky's scouting the gateway expander. I think we're going to see. Do we think it's going to be 2 Zealot expand or 3 Zealot expand? I think it might be 3.
I like how you asked me like I know.
He's bringing the Zealot back. Okay, it's going to be 2 Zealot expand.
Thank you, Quark.
I'm just going to say
wrong.
3 to be contrary.
Yeah. You're right. You know something I don't. Well, just because he didn't have the 3rd pylon, and because he was sending out the probe early, I thought, okay, well, it's going to be 2 Zealot expand. But it looked like he changed his mind. Just keeping it flexible.
It's like Ziki's already getting his 3rd as well.
Yeah. I like the way he narrowed that choke with the pylon. That was actually smart.
Yeah, because I just noticed his whole base is kind of open, isn't it?
Yeah. He's in a weird position here where he has the units to defend, but Lings are just way too mobile. So he's got to try and find a way that he can not let them in. And he's confirming that Ziki's macroing behind this, which is what Sziky always does, but you can't do anything about it. I'm really glad I don't have to play Sziky.
I'm sure we can set that up for you.
No, please don't.
I'll talk to Soren. Well, the times that he's available, you aren't. That's the issue. Unless we catch you on a Saturday.
Good micro here by Dewalt. Because he wants to do Zealot pressure, but he can't if the Lings get in. Also, he doesn't need to use the Zealots for scouting. So normally you have to send 3 Zealots out just to confirm if it's Hydras. He doesn't need to do that this game because his first probe is still alive. So that's really useful for him. He's scouting the lair too. I think maybe Sziky should have made the lair the natural, but Dewalt would have seen it eventually anyway. It just would have been, I think, advantageous to keep Dewalt in the dark a little bit longer. He's pressuring with the Zealots, but he's not actually going to do anything with them, I think, just because of the run by threat. Especially given that Sziky has speed going. And he's making another 8-ling, so by the time that Dewalt wants to pressure, there's going to be speedlings, and it's going to do nothing.
So Dewalt's kept his probe alive for 5 minutes. It's an award in itself.
Yeah, get some kind of medal for that. But in
and he
go
gets the lings in.
And the speed is just done.
That was pretty perfect timing by Sziky.
Yeah. He's
got one.
And there's 2 zealots about to show up at 9 o'clock, and there's going to be speedlings there. Oh, Sziky saw it just in time, while also picking off probes in Dewalt's base. He gets 0 drones for his trouble with those zealots.
He got, looks like 1, I think.
No, I think he only got lings. Okay, he's got some in the main though, so the natural. Okay, that's doing damage. It's 3 drones. 4, 5. Oh, this is 6. Holy shit, this is doing a lot of damage. 6 drones is like a serious punch to somebody like Sziky, who is so eco-heavy. Like, his entire build revolves around getting the eco advantage and just snowballing it from there. Oh, that's such a nice spot he found there too. So what Sziky wants to be doing now is placing a bunch more hatcheries, placing an Evo chamber, and just making like 50 drones and a shit ton of hydras. He can't do that right now because of how much damage he's taken economically. The entire nature of the game has been changed by that one attack where Dewalt was just killing drone after drone with his amazing micro. And the only reason Dewalt was able to do that is because he was microing his probes to try and get them alive back home against the speedlings.
And Dewalt has also not scouted the Hydra den either, so...
I mean, it's Sziky, he knows there's going to be hydras. Sziky's keyboard only has an S and an H button on it. That's all he needs. And then Sziky's straight back on 5 drones and 2 hatcheries in production. It's just, this is how he plays. He puts a few hydras and then he's like, okay, time for drones and hatcheries. And as I said at the start, you know he's going to do it to you. Doesn't matter. The good thing for Dewalt is it would be much worse if it wasn't for the earlier timing that he found.
Is he trying to buy time for the +1 to finish?
I don't know about this. He's nowhere near Zealot legs. There is no time to buy. These are hydras with speed.
I thought maybe he's trying to get his +1 upgrade, but maybe
I mean, he is trying, but he's not going to get it. It's the speed hydras, and he's nowhere near his Zealot legs. All he can do is, I mean, okay, I was expecting there to be slightly more hydras made eventually, but all he can do is send out Zealots and just let them take 3 hits. Zealots cannot do anything to the speed hydra.
I think Sziky's trying to get that forge down, right?
Yeah, he wants it. But it's going to be an interesting micro battle. Okay, there's Zealot legs, never mind. Or maybe we should mind. Okay, he's got enough gateways, he can defend it. We're good. Also, the Corsairs are showing up to punish behind this, which is very nice. And Sziky's supply blocked. Sziky is making 0 combat units. He's making only overlords right now. Oh, this is huge. There are no hydras coming out to defend these overlords. All that's going to come out of those eggs, more overlords. These 2 Corsairs are just going to like, fuck them up completely. Meanwhile, Ziky's microing his heart out with the Hydralisks. Just running the Hydralisk in circles and killing all the lings.
5 kills on the Corsairs. 2 DTs coming in.
I would just go for the Lurk eggs at this point. Those are looking tasty. I mean, Dewalt is the man who knows what he's doing.
And into the main.
I think one main, one nad is the right decision. Oh, that's good. He's got +1, so he can just 2-hit them. Oh, is he going to get it? I don't think he's... He took away the speed overlords. If you kill Ziky's Hydra Debt, that kind of renders him impotent.
Got it.
He moved the speed overlords with the drones. I didn't think it was the right play to go for the Hydra Den because I didn't think he was going to be able to finish it. But I mean, killing Ziky's Hydra Den is very, very high value as far as moves go.
It's a little risky, right? You might do a lot of damage but never finish it off when you could have done more, but paid off for him.
Yeah, I mean, stopping Ziky from building Hydras, it's his favorite thing.
But he built a den pretty quickly too, so I don't know how worth it is to kill one.
Shit, so he did. He just, the moment the started attacking it, just a new one immediately.
I mean, they generate pretty quickly too, right? So.
Yeah. I didn't even see it on the production tab. It was just...
You could just go links. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know if it was worth it to go for the den. But there's nothing else to kill. He sent all his drones away.
Oh, DTs you can just run out in circles forever.
Oh, that's true.
You send one to hide in the corner, you send another one to the natural.
You have enough experience with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna forget about it, but at the same time, he can't send drones back to mine because there's still DTs out there.
Right. It's true.
We've got what, 6 gates from Carla? I don't think. Okay, there we are. 7 gates being added right now, and an 8th. I was about to say Carla should be on 8 gate.
Sziky doesn't seem that behind in
Dewalt should be on 8 gate. He's not.
For the kind of damage he's taken.
I mean, look at his drone count. 44 drones out of 70 supply. He basically doesn't have any units, but that's just how he plays. The units will come later.
Zerg only needs 70 supply anyway, so.
ZVP, yeah. You saw that call over start user pretty much.
Yeah. So I didn't like it when he was on 6 gate, but now he's on 8 gate, and I like that a lot more. Just burning through the storms. That's smart. He knows that Dewalt's, a lot of the muscle in Dewalt's army is going to be coming from the storms. Because Dewalt gets the High Templar early, starts banking the energy, and then he goes to Goon Zealot. And he's relying on the High Templar to recover energy, and that's where the extra storms are going to come from. Like, picking up a High Templar right now is actually kind of important, because that's one less. There's going to be a lot less storms in the future because that energy isn't replenishing.
How many Hydras can Zerg sacrifice for a Templar?
I mean, like
All of them.
4 or
Like
5. Like, it depends on how many.
Really?
Depends on the army comp. But what we're seeing now is this muta switch is part of applying pressure to Dewalt's gas. Dewalt has 2 gas. He's going double upgrades. He's going observers. He's going dragoons, and also we need to always have enough High Templar to storm all the Hydralisks.
Oh, he's going for the Spire.
Yeah, that's a very good pickoff.
He's gonna get it.
Looks like he will. So, yeah, what I was saying about the gas. So, Dewalt has 2 gas. He's going double upgrades. He's going dragoons. He's going observers, and he's also trying to have enough High Templar to build Hydralisks. What Ziky's done
And
is
he's
okay.
picking up his third behind it as well.
Yeah. What Ziky's saying is, you have, on top of all that, I would also like you to now start buying Corsairs, and also you're going to have to replace some of those High Templar because I'm going to snipe them. Like, if you look at what this is going to do to Dewalt's army comp, it is going to fuck it up. Dewalt is only got one of his forges isn't even spinning anymore. Dewalt is not building any High Templar. He can't build new High Templar because his gas is going into Observers, Dragoons, and Corsairs. The Mutas don't actually need to do damage. The Mutas just need to exist, because by existing they fuck up the Photos army comp. It's the damage that the Mutas do is in forcing the Protoss to not let the Mutas do damage. The Protoss counters them, but the counter is the issue. It's what the counter costs the Protoss.
This is a pretty scary army from Dewalt.
It is. I mean, he's built a lot of Dragoons, and there is no Defiler anytime soon. So
He knows how to micro these units.
it's going to come down to Scourge versus Observer right now. And this army is huge, and it's very scary. However, it has exactly 3 High Templar and 1 Observer. And what that means is that if the Observer gets sniped, pushes over. If the High Templar gets sniped, the Hydra is going to stop working. If the Hydra is going to start working. I love this shuttle play. I love it so much. It's just because all
Very
he had
annoying
was
to deal with.
well, he has a shit ton of Zealots, but there's a bunch of Lurkers who he can't really attack. So he just flies in 4 at a time and just says, okay, well, I'm just going to set fire to some shit. I'm going to cause you issues behind it. Look at Sziky fishing for the Observer with the Overlord and the Hydras at
Oh,
the
he's
bottom.
not targeting Zealots in his base. We lost quite a few drones there. Zealots are attacking Sziky's.
Oh, Dewalt's got this. Dewalt has this. That's so many Dragoons. Cast your Storms. He's out of Storms now, but he's done enough, I think. Like that Zealot harass in the main was
Not only the main, but he lost all his drones at the 4th as well.
yeah. 8
Dewalt's
kills
got
Zealot,
quite a
nice.
few minerals as well.
But if you looked at Dewalt's army comp, he had exactly 1 Observer and he had 2 High Templar, neither of which had energy. That's the damage that was done by the Mutas.
And there's a blue demon.
Yep. GG. Like if Sziky hadn't taken so much damage, then I do see a world in which Mass Hydra just run over that Dragoon army because he was out of Storm. But those Zealot drops were pretty good.
1-0 for Dewalt. Next game is on a map that will be in our Best of Best tournament map pool called D's E-Ray by the same map maker Freakling. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Spike Pudine. The shuttle gas. I mean, it was. Dewalt had not enough gas, a bunch of minerals, and there were a shit ton of lurkers. So you look at it and think, well, he's got all these speed dots he can't really use, and the speed dots are worthless. The minerals aren't worth very much. And then he just takes like 800 minerals and says, okay, well, I'm going to kill their spire, kill a bunch of drones, and also kill all his drones at a different base. You look at it and think, man's a fucking genius. All he has is minerals, and he gets so much value from them against lurkers. It was really game winning because it's not only did it do a shit ton of damage, it did a shit ton of damage without costing him anything because it didn't impact the constraint that he was suffering under.
There are 2 spores at the entrance of this map to help spread creep if you're Zerg. If you're not Zerg, it doesn't spread creep. If you destroy the spores, there is a doodad underneath, so it doesn't open up space. On this map, there's also a backdoor expansion.
I think I'm going to try and remember that Dewalt did that and how effective it was because, I mean, there are definitely situations where you get in that position and you have too many minerals, you can't use them. Just, yeah, 4 speed dots.
This is Dewalt's first time playing on this map. I think that's why he scouted the natural of the bottom left base.
And just going for the double scout. And it's just a standard overpull from Zerg. It's quite an interesting map. So it's got back natural. There's a cool mechanic with these spores where the spores don't generate creep unless there's creep near them, and then they do, which means that Zerg can place Sunkens at the top of the ramp, but the rest of the time there's no creep there. So Dewalt didn't actually want this cannon at this point. He wanted to go 13 next, 13 cannon. But he doesn't know the rush distances, and I think it's completely fine that he went cannon. What else is interesting about this map? So there's a row of trees around each natural, and what the trees do is they block vision. So people on one side of the trees can't see on the other side of the trees, which results in a lot of cool interactions.
Thank you, Cork.
We had a show match that I casted last week where some lings slipped out of the base, shielded by the trees, and the other player didn't see them. We had an argument on chat about whether it.
I think that was Sziky versus Kala.
Yeah, I think it was. You're right, it was. Yeah. So I think this map has been. The ramp directions have changed. This is an updated version, right?
This is the newest version that will be in our tournament map board. That's right.
Yeah, because it used to be the trees were like in a loop all the way around the ramps, and the ramps were pointing down and right rather than up and right.
A few more spots for overlords have been made. Slightly longer rushing distances. Before, I think the same rushing distance as Sylphid, but it might be slightly longer now. And some decorative changes.
Oh, and there's a row of trees the entire way along the base of the ramp to the middle. So there's a high ground in the middle, but you have to go through a low ground at your natural. We can see Dewalt's probe going through it now. That row of trees means that you have to go up from the low ground to the high ground with no vision at all. It
sounds like a Terran's dream.
Yeah, we have seen some show matches on here. There was a series, I think, between Body and what's his name? DM.
Oh, yeah?
No, it was
Free. Ivanox, maybe.
He's on my friend list.
Oh, come
gonna
on.
annoy me.
Cork.
I can't remember his name.
Your
I know.
so-called friend.
That makes Cork's life slightly more irritating than it should be.
I'm never
We
going to
appreciate
remember.
that.
S-rank Protoss player from Chile, Tech. DM Tech.
Oh, right, yeah, they've had some wonderful games.
And Body just filled the middle with tanks, and Tech kept on running into them.
Tech wasn't teching far enough in the tech tree.
One Arbiter and done. That's all he needs.
So we're gearing up for a macro game, boys.
Yeah, I guess I probably should talk about the game that's happening. Yeah, we're seeing 3-hat. So that was a 2-hat. That was a 3-base 3-hat Spire. Pretty standard opener. Transitioning now with more hatcheries, and he's probably going to make a wall at his third. Him taking the bottom right is weird.
Yeah,
Normally
that's what
we
I
go
was
for the
just
spear
thinking
drop.
about, right? I'm
This
not sure
is-
why he did that.
Well, it looks like what they do used to do on Fighting Spirit, where you take a natural and then you get a quick 4 bases with 4 gas, shielded with only 2 front lines. Because if he gets away with this, he's going to have 4 bases, and not only are they going to be defended by 2 natural or 2 mains, but the mains are acting as naturals, they're also going to be on high ground.
And he's going to have the 4 gas, which is going to let him do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, this is kind of abusive, especially given Dewalt hasn't played this before. Okay, Dewalt, show me what you do in this situation. Because there's going to be...
Clearly, he's going to make scouts. It's the best strategy.
Because I mean, this is not a new style. Zerg's been doing it for ages, but this map, this style is going to be a real bitch. Because it's not just a quick 4 base with 2 front lines. It's quick 4 base with 2 front lines on the high ground with a choke. Like, just fuck this shit. And Sziky's just making drones. I mean, he's Sziky. He's happiest when he's only making drones. The Spire was apparently just for Scourge earlier on, although he's making some Muta now. And he's getting air armor. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Because we've seen in the Carlo series, we saw him attempt some air armor timing attacks. Unfortunately for him, Carlo respected the hell out of that potential because he knows it exists. It's there's been a lot of like high-profile games where the Zerg has just run over the Protoss with like 7+1 air armor Muta and 20 Scourge. And I feel like Carla knew what he was doing, but Dewalt maybe not so much against that. Oh, he's never going to take that high ground. Dewalt, like, no. Like,
Look at that wall.
you can have points for optimism, but no. It's not going to happen. Oh, Sziky's such a boss. Look at this shit. And he's got it's 3 gas, and it's about to be 4 gas. It's... Okay, yeah, come in with your Corsair, see what happens. You just had to run away. It's 6+1 says, but it's gonna be +1 air arm in a second. I don't know what Dewalt does from here. I mean, he's got to.
He has to expand, right? He can't go too big against 4.
Yeah, he can't attack. He has to expand, as you say. However, he's up against mass Muta, which means that he has to keep building Corsairs indefinitely.
And so Lings will just run him over.
Adding the Archon, I think that's a good decision. Yeah, Sziky's taking his 4th gas now. And I don't think Dewalt's playing it wrong. You just look at this and think, well, you really going to let the Zerg have 4 bases before you take your 3rd? Is that how we're going to do this?
Oh, does Dewalt even know about the 3rd and 4th yet?
Yeah, he knows. He's scouted the bottom right, and he knows that if the Zerg takes a quick main on a back natural map, he's taking a quick 4th as well. I mean, that's just how they're played. But he can't. Look how many Muta there are. Actually, I was going to say, look how many Muta there are. There aren't actually that many
There's
Muta.
so many Scourge. There's what,
Yeah, it's
4
the
or 5
Scourge,
seven Mutas and 18,000 Scourge.
Yeah, it's you have
There's
to
just
bring
enough
in
to take out the Corsairs, right? So
yeah,
he
you
can
have to bring
air
in the
control.
Corsairs because otherwise the Muta are just going to really stop you from doing anything forever. But if your Corsairs are caught on the move by Scourge from multiple angles, you're just going to get wiped. And if they're not in the right position, then the Muta's just going to do this to you. It's bullshit. He's made 10 Corsairs to
It's
deal
not
with this
bullshit.
situation.
It's divine justice. Protoss deserves everything that is happening to them right now.
So is all Sziky able to do right now is just stop this 3rd from going down?
No, Sziky can do a lot because you see, there's no storm yet. Look at Dewalt's army. Now look at the Hydra that's flooding across the map. Now tell me how he stops all those Hydras. You know, it sure would have been nice if his first probe hadn't been picked up and he had some cannons here. But that's just not the world we live in. And it sure would be nice if he could move his High Templar across the map to join the rest of his army. But that's not the world we live in.
Oh, you know what though? Microring Hydralisk.
Okay,
And
now
Mutas and
it's
Corsairs
okay.
is
Now
hard.
Dewalt's fine.
I feel like those trees are helping quite a bit there in the defense, though, too.
So what Dewalt needed was to get the Scourge gone, because once the Scourge are gone, he can actually move his High Templar around. He can build cannon. The issue he had was that he couldn't freely move between the bases with the Muta threatening, because the Muta would kill the High Templar, which meant he had to move in the Corsairs. And every time he moves the Corsairs, there's a huge risk of just having a bunch of Scourge run into them.
I think Sziky would have been better off just keep expanding and taking the whole map, right?
Nah, 4 gas is all Zerg needs. So
it's Dewalt.
Sziky did throw away the Scourge too cheaply. However, the Scourge did a lot of damage just by existing. Like, Dewalt didn't plan to start this game and then build 10 Corsairs.
Yeah, because he didn't get Storm until the 11-minute mark,
Yeah,
which is really late.
It's the fact that the Scourge existed really fucked up Dewalt's game plan. So yeah, when push came to shove, Dewalt handled them, but it cost him a lot to get into a position where he could handle them.
And he's confident enough to go on the map now.
Yeah. Now once the Scourge are dead, then he can use the Corsairs to shadow his army safely. But like that thing where he picks off the probes, there's no cannons, and then there's no High Templar, and then he hits with the Hydra timing. That was a really well put together attack by Sziky. So if you look at Sziky's base, you will see that the Defiler Mound is almost done. He has 4 gas. He has double Evo. He has a lot of hatcheries. He has a lot of drones.
He's only mining with 2 drones gas at his 3rd.
Well, hopefully nobody tells him.
I mean, as we saw in the last series, even Hive Zerg with 70 supply can be very dangerous. He's already up 125.
Yeah, and Consumer's on its way. It's this is Sziky's game plan, and it's working. Like Sziky always planned to take a quick 4 gas and then get Hive with this Lurker's sport defense. You look at it and think, okay, well, Dewalt's never going to be able to attack this. If you look at his main, he has what 9 Lurkers and Spore Colonies on a high ground. 9 Lurkers. Never going to happen.
Got what, 5 Templars with almost full energy?
Like, if my opponent did this to me, I would just say, I'm only going to expand. I'm only going to take bases and put Reavers on them and put High Templar on them and build cannons. Like, if they're going to camp, then I'm going to take more bases and I'm going to camp as well. There's no point attacking. You're like, okay, great, you've made a fantastic fortress. I'm just going to try and hope you never leave it. Yeah, you've made the best fortress you can make. Good job. I'm not going to attack it just to prove you right. I know I can't kill it. It's a fortress. Yeah, with Dewalt taking the bottom left, if he can stop Sziky taking another base, he should be fine.
He's doing a pretty good job harassing with his Corsairs, keeping Sziky's supply down, but...
And at some point, his Corsairs are going to get plagued. Plague is halfway done, but once Plague's done, it's going to just be... That's just what's going to happen. They're going to go in for drive-by, they're going to get plagued, and he's going to not be able to use them anymore.
Sziky's not really upgrading, is he, much?
I mean, he's getting his cracklings, he's getting his ground armor and attack. He's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, they're both upgrading everything. They both know it's a macro game. If you look at what Dewalt's doing, he's getting shuttle speed, he's getting robos at expansions. He knows what's up. He's played this game before. If these mutas shut down the expansion, though, at the bottom left, that's going to be huge. There are 3 cannons, and Corsairs do exist. They can get there in time, I think. Yeah.
Who's looking strong right now, man?
Dewalt knows what his win condition is. Dewalt has identified that Zerg is bullshit, and that all he needs to do is take more bases and turtle even harder than Zerg.
It's going to be really hard, though. Sziky's up bases, he's almost maxed. He's on Hive Tech.
Sziky's up 1 base, and if Dewalt takes and holds bottom left, Dewalt will have more gas in his area than... This swarm attack right now, though, this is gonna end the game. Because Dewalt needs this base he's taking down here, and he needs it with Reavers.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have Reavers, and his Robo is right there and about to die.
Yeah, he was supply blocked. Okay, good luck, Protoss. You have to take that vamp. There's lurkers on it.
Lurkers under Swarm.
Also, behind it, his high templar getting picked off by cracklings. I mean, if he builds another Robo and then starts building... How many Reavers is he making? He's making 0 Reavers. He has 1 in his main. Okay, he's making a second one now.
Both of them are almost maxed.
Yeah. It's going to come down to Reavers. I mean, it's the only... You can't fight... Oh, look at those trees. The trees are doing work.
All of those Lurkers should be dead right now, but they have plenty of time to just wander around and burrow.
Oh, those are some nice storms. Also, the Defiler's not there. Dewalt, you need more Robos. Oh, those storms are fucking amazing. That trade... Look at the cracklings flooding across the map. If he takes bottom left again, does he have a Defiler? He needs a Defiler with the army so badly. This is very, very negligent that he doesn't have a Defiler with his army.
And Dewalt's not using his Corsairs for some reason.
Like, Sziky, if Sziky had a Defiler at bottom left, the game would be over already.
He's got coming from the bottom right.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need a Defiler to take it with as many units as he has, but if he had a Defiler, it would have been done already. There's 1 storm. There is 8 cannons. I don't think Dewalt knows about 12. Because he could probably just send a few... In fact, he had the Zealot near 12, so I think he tried to go scout it and he just didn't see it.
He should know about it.
Here's the Defiler. Oh, but in come the Reavers. Sziky, you waited too long. You waited too long, Sziky. You had it. You had it and you lost it.
And he sent his army in split groups and wasn't covering himself.
Sziky, you fool. You had the game in the bag.
Just didn't have a Defiler, man.
He did have a Defiler, it just wasn't where it needed to be. Because he got the Robo, so the only Reavers that were being produced was the single Robo in Dewalt's main. And Dewalt didn't have a shuttle with it. It's not like Dewalt's Reavers were anywhere close, it's that Sziky spent like 2 minutes waiting for a single Defiler.
You think it's difficult to see lurkers on a Ash World tile set like this? When they're bored, obviously.
I mean, it's difficult to see them on a lot of tile sets. There's a lot of links trapped at the top right.
Yeah, they're rally pointed, but they're not going outside of the main.
It's quite sad for Dewalt that he hasn't found 12 because he keeps looking at all the expansions going, okay, well, Sziky has to have a base. And he has a unit that he thinks is at 12 o'clock.
It's not really saturated, though. I don't think Sziky's been benefiting from it much.
Well, it's not about the economic
Here comes a drop,
benefit,
though, on the top.
Yeah, it's about establishing the base for denial. Oh, this drop's not going to be fun.
I see. So that's the night.
I think that was more of a feint so he could take the bottom left main.
Yeah, I'm thinking that because it's already mined out, and how much damage can you possibly do, right?
I would be
say
too
that,
eager
but
to
he's
attack
not really attacking the bottom left main.
Yeah, this is costing him too much, eh? He just can't take it.
If he had a bunch of links behind it, then maybe. Okay, there's 2 more Weavers. Yeah, Sziky has he had a timing on the bottom left, he didn't take it. Like Ziki's plan got him where Sziky wanted to be. Sziky built his game around the 4 gas hive timing, where he just gets the defilers, gets the cracklings, gets the giant army, and just rolls the Protoss base before it's too late.
Supplies are kind of even. Worker count is even.
Like, Sziky has all the tools he needs to take these bases, but he's just not executing them properly.
And once the Reavers get there, it's a whole different equation. Oh, the poor probes. That's not ideal. It's crackling drop could deny. It's going to deny the bottom left. Yeah, that's denied. And Dewalt's army can't get there.
Well,
Well, he does have to
Reavers
unload.
can.
There we go. Yeah, the Reavers are enough to clean that up.
Yeah.
oh boy, this is tough.
I liked Ziki's plan, but he missed his timing at the bottom left. He didn't get another shot at it.
That doesn't help
He
him
had
now, Gork.
More defilers, if you've been able to maybe plague the Reavers with that job or plague them earlier, he has all the tools he needs. Just...
Yeah, but it's a much harder game once the Protoss has 5 base 5 gas. Like there was a timing that he had there where he was going for the kill against a 3 gas Protoss. Now he's missed his window. He has the tools he needs, but the job is much more difficult. Yeah,
Skirt popping there is not what he needs.
Unless that counterattack does a shit ton of damage, I don't see any way that Sziky recovers this. There's what 2 Beavers only and 1 High Templar. I mean, it's possible. This base is under defended.
I don't see any defilers with it though, so he still has.
A lot of cannons.
He has a chance.
I mean, where there's crackling, there's a chance. Yeah.
And these 3-2 upgrades. Are you gonna get the Nexus?
It's not going to matter. The Reavers are still alive, and there's a shuttle here with 2 more Reavers.
Answer is
And
no.
all the cracklings are dead.
Okay. Good job, Dewalt. Yeah, Ziki's men and that are basically mined. I really liked Ziki's plan this game, though. I liked just the basic concept to take the quick forward base on the gas high grounds. I liked the shit he was doing with those Scourge, where he was he only had 7 muta, but 7 muta is a lot when the Protoss can't use Corsairs because there's 20 Scourge.
Yeah, the 7 mutas, the 20 Scourge with the +1 armor. Yeah, he played really well in the early game.
Would Ultras
Really well into the
made a
mid-game.
difference, guys?
Against Mass Weaver?
So no, I take it?
I mean, it's not going to help. It's
The hefty units. Well, I only mentioned it because he's been resource rich for so long. But
He's been certainly gas rich, but his minerals have been pretty low for a while now.
he was resource rich against a 3 base 3 gas Protoss, which is a good situation. And if that situation continued, then sure, Ultras, whatever, you can do what you like. Once the Protoss got 5 base 5 gas, he wasn't resource rich anymore. The Protoss was richer.
Dewalt played defensively the whole game, no?
I mean, yeah, he took one look. He did try to take the high ground once. He went to the Zerg's main, and then he went to the bottom right main, and he looked at both of them, and he thought, fuck this shit. And then he played defensively. It's not that he wanted to play defensively. It's that he took a look at the situation and correctly identified there was going to be no attacks this game.
A storm. Yeah, but I like to think a bunch of plagues and all the units that he pretty much sacrificed to that base could have cut down Dewalt's army.
His plagues have seemed to have been off all game so far. He's gotten a handful of units. He's never gotten a huge clump of them like he needed to.
Yeah. Well, killing Dewalt's units doesn't get you a win because Dewalt has more money. He can just make new ones. It's like fighting his army doesn't get you where you want to be. The only place you want to be is where Dewalt doesn't have the bottom left. If you just spend the entire game just trading units in the middle of the map, Dewalt can do that all day.
Is there anybody who wants to debate Quark? Please join us. We got an open casting session here.
No, we all know Protoss is stupid.
But no, it's Zerg has an ability that makes cannons not do damage, and all Protoss had was a bunch of cannons. The issue was Zerg didn't use that ability.
Yeah, but it's more fun to make fun of Protoss.
For 30 minutes, Sziky has been trying to kill bottom left.
30 minutes, Sziky has been trying to kill bottom left, and we've seen Protoss win with 0 bases against 6. It's chaos. Protoss is awful. Nerf Protoss.
Oh, there's a GG from Sziky. Yeah, I thought he had that game.
He was certainly looking very strong right at the beginning, right up into the mid game.
Yeah, Sziky had a plan, and he executed it really well for 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And then he had one thing to do. He had to stop bottom left, and he bottled it.
He had, I think, one defiler on the map at 15 minutes, and he should have had a half dozen at least. He just let Dewalt do whatever he wanted.
But Dewalt's plan was sound. I mean, Dewalt identified that the only thing he could do is take bottom left, and then he took bottom left.
I don't know anything about this game, so don't crucify me if I say this, but to me it seems like players like Dewalt and Bo5 are less impulsive, less succumb to urges to just attack sometimes, and they're very calculating and they think clearly. And I just don't see him mess up that much, you know? Like waste an attack or things like that. He was very careful that game.
Bo5 and Dewalt are quite different players. Bo5 is a strange player to watch because he doesn't play like most players. He's got habits he's gotten into a pattern of using because his micro is so good that he gets rewarded for doing these things that normally you shouldn't do. Like some of his PvP builds I don't think would work at a pro level. But he never gets punished for it because he gets into situations where he's got 4 dragoons, they've got 5 dragoons. He just kills their 5 dragoons. And you look at it and think, well, wait a second, how did that happen? You should have lost this game. Why are you winning? It's...
When I think of last game, Sziky just threw a bunch of groups of units into pretty much Slaughterfest. I don't see Dewalt and like Bo5 doing that kind of mistakes, if you know what I mean. They're very like careful.
I think Sziky bottom left came close to being overwhelmed a few times. Sziky had to break it. That was his win condition. If he breaks the bottom left, he wins the game. If he doesn't break bottom left, he loses the game. So I'm not going to criticize him for taking a bunch of units and throwing them at bottom left because that was the... Like, there's no victory without doing that.
Just the issue was guys, I wasn't criticizing him. So
no, I'm not. But it's like, it's not.
I love Sziky.
It would be worse if he didn't try. Because if he doesn't try, he still has all these units, but he has all these units against Dewalt, who has 5 bases, 5 gases. You can just trade units with him, but doesn't get you anywhere. As I was saying, it's not enough to have the units. You need to kill the bases.
So we've got a 12 hatch against looks like Gate Expand.
Yep, Gate Expand cross position with Dewalt, who's going to get last scout. And I think the reason he's going to get last scout is because he didn't see the Overlord at the top left. He looked for it, but the Overlord was... I think Sziky stopped it. right on the cliff. Which is why he thinks that his opponent's bottom right. And now he's going to find out that he is cross position with a gateway expand against 12 hat 11 pool. 12 hat 11 pool, nobody should be doing anymore. Sziky is just like a fossil right now. He's bringing back these builds from the dead.
And we saw that a lot, even recently in the ASL, with players bringing back some of the older strategies, because people would not expect them, because people would expect them, obviously, so therefore no one's going to do them.
Well, 12 hat 11 has fallen out of the meta in favor of 11-10, because 12-11, if you get first scouted, then you can't place your hatchery, and you end up doing a 12 pool. And 12 pool is just about the worst opening in the game.
Did he see the gate first? I just came home from work. Hello.
Hey, Bernie.
Yeah, he sent a drone across the map, scouted the Protoss Natural, then he sent it back.
He first scouted it too. Cross scouted. Nice. That's good.
No, drone went down and then across.
Is this speed? No.
Just started the speed. Yep.
Okay. So he's gonna follow up with bigger Ling attack, maybe.
I think it's just for denial. It's just for controlling the Zealots, because
you
there's
need speed against Zealots.
Yeah, there's going to be a timing where Dewalt... well, it depends if Dewalt Scout Probe dies. The speed will guarantee Dewalt Scout Probe dies, but if Dewalt Scout Probe lives long enough, he won't need to do the Zealot pressure. Because part of the Zealot pressure is ruling out the Hydro attack. And if you still have your Scout Probe alive, you know the Hydro attack's not coming. So you don't need to suicide the Zealots. Oh, this is a core. This is not a fortress thing in the natural. This is... Oh, Dewalt, you're being aggressive this game.
Let's see. A Robo, double Stargate. What will it be? What will it be?
I think it's going to be quick Stargate. Because if he goes very quick Stargate, he doesn't need to do the Zealot pressure.
Maybe it's the Power Goon.
I don't know that you do the Power Goon with your core at the front, because they're going to see the core spinning. I like this a lot.
It is Stargate.
Yeah, but this is not a normal timing Stargate. This is a very quick Stargate, because he went core before Forge.
Yeah. Kinda need Hydras to defend this, or Spores.
The Hydrogen is already up, though.
Yeah, well, this is because this is a quick Hydra Buster den timing. However, normally this would be difficult to scout, but in this case it's going to be Zealot pressure and then a very quick Corsair.
Yeah, the Corsair is gonna fly over the map and immediately spot the Hydra, so he can spam cannons as soon as he sees it.
I do like the speed link pressure, just putting a lot of damage on these Zealots. There's no Corsair build. There's no Corsair being built. Okay, now it's being built.
Yeah, but he's still droning up behind us.
Sziky always drones up. He builds like 3 Hydra discs and then he builds more drones.
That's good.
It's like Sziky's Hydra busts are always fakes.
It's the economic Hydra bust.
Yeah. He makes some Hydras to make you react, and then you react, and then it turns out that he's got 40 drones and 6 hatcheries.
Is this the Protoss short squeeze? Please don't kill me. Thank you.
I thought that joke was pretty funny.
And here's the Corsair, and it does see that there are 5 Hydras, now 6 Hydras. So he's got to build the gateway, he's got to build the cannons. Oh, there's more Hydras being built, okay. That's kind of scary.
Is he actually going to Hydra Bust?
No,
he's already got speed, he's working on range.
He's just doing a display for the Corsair.
I refuse to... Constantly building Hydras, he's up another 4 Hydras being built.
Yeah, but he's... Watch, I refuse to believe in a reality where Sziky isn't faking it.
Maybe that's what he's counting on.
I think he just saw the core and he thought it was a good building to snipe.
Yeah,
and here come the drones.
Oh, nice. I mean, +1 and Lex is finishing, so pros will move out like within the next 20 seconds, or at least try to bust this, but there's a lot of Hydras, it's very hard to bust with this little Zealots.
Yeah, especially with Hydra Micro like Sziky has. He can just dance them forever.
He doesn't need to make a core again, does he?
He will eventually, but not for a while.
Does he attack that?
He's missing a Robo, but for now he's good because he just needs Zealot and Storm. They're only just starting now. I'm not sure about this for Sziky. I mean, he's doing his drone thing. However, he's going to get run over. Surely. I mean,
He is
like,
taking into lurkers, though.
but he's so far off, and by killing his opponent's core, what he's done is said, okay, the only things you're allowed to make are Zealots and High Templar. And you look at that and think, well, I mean, as a Protoss player, Zealots and High Templar, and all you can do is build Hydralisk. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that situation. You can,
But are you prepared for what you just did, right?
Leia
Yeah.
is about to finish. It's 2/3 of the way done, but the results are moving.
Yeah, like, I think that Zyky's played himself.
Let's see, maybe he can counterattack. Nah,
Like-
he's running back.
Dewalt isn't allowed to make Dragoons. All he can make is Zealots and High Templar. Zyky's got a bunch of drones and Hydralisks. Like, yeah, that's an okay situation for Protoss. I'm good with that. You can force me to make the units that counter you.
Only the High Templar counter here.
Lurker just started, but I mean, we have a lot of units coming. I think Dewalt has the timing. I really do. I think
If Sziky survives for like 2 more minutes, then he's in
Yeah.
a very good position. But
He's got a lot of
how
Hydralisks. Can he just attack?
we're seeing mind control here.
6.
Okay, so Dewalt, that is mind control, right? You never see that upgrade, but that is mind
that
control.
is
Gonna mind control the lurker. Watch.
No, he's going to mind control the Overlord. This is
first time it's ever happened.
He needs
this
to
is the mind control
a
Overlord
drone.
build.
A drone.
Oh.
And
No,
then
this is the
forward.
mind control Overlord build.
If you
We're
mind
seeing
control
history
the
being made.
Overlord-
No, there's no DT, so okay. Wait, does he? This might be an accident.
No.
I mean,
You wouldn't do this without building a Dark on first.
it makes sense what you're saying, though, right? Because he lost his robo.
Yeah, but
He'd
he
have to
needs-
make it
but
get
he
an
needs-
observatory.
Yeah, but he needs his Dark Archon, and the energy.
Yeah,
is not
if
gonna be there.
you do this build, you make a Dark on first, then you get mind. This is a misclick. It has to be a misclick.
Don't get us excited and then say it's all bullshit, man.
I mean, knowing the quality of Protoss
I got
players
so
in
excited
general,
when
it's
Quark said
probably a
that.
misclick.
Maybe there is already 2
What the
Dark
That's
fuck?
because this is the sickest build, and just because it happened,
Apparently
and
not.
Nah,
just
it's
because
not
it
just because the
happened,
Overlord
and
can be
I refuse to not bring it up. given
Just
it's
tell us
technically
there's no
relevant.
Santa Claus. Might as well. Tell Quark
Let's
Jr.
just
that
say
too.
The idea would have been brilliant in theory, okay?
I did this to Mondragon in TSL2, and it was fucking amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
did a Zealot Archon timing attack on his natural. He had Lurkers, and I mind controlled.
That's what I
Overlord,
loved about
smashed it.
Protoss. It's awesome. It's got the best spells.
Yeah. What? Hello?
And he's still not building Dark.
Let me
Dark Templar.
introduce you to the Church of Dark Swarm.
Oh, mind control is so cool. I can make my own Dark Swarm.
Yeah, if he manages to get a Defiler later.
What do you mean? You only feedback defilers, hello?
You know I got you with that.
Not if you have mind control.
Mind control gives you
but-
200 plus supply. There's no other race that can do that.
Okay, do we really need to bring the copy pasta back up?
Okay. I quite like Zyky's position because Dewalt didn't take his timing, and Zyky's been on free gas forever.
And
And-
Dewalt just blew 200 gas on mind control.
Well, that and Dewalt. The issue for me is Dewalt took a Minolonius as third.
I keep
Which
looking
means-
for Dark Templars, but none are being made, guys.
The thing is, did he realize that he didn't get the High Templar upgrade, but the Dark Templar upgrade?
My guess is he was trying to get Kadarin an amulet,
Yeah.
and
What's the hotkey for
I don't know.
He's
they'll remap.
Protoss, doesn't use hotkeys, clicks all the buttons.
Oh, come on, Tofu. It's probably
the lie?
true, but come on.
Oh, look at him. He's got 190 APM. How is he going to spend time pushing buttons
Actually,
when he
okay.
can just click?
So back to the game,
Actual
we have-
Protoss player uses hotkeys. True.
We have 50 drones from Zyky. He's on his way. Oh, he's got a Queen's Nest. I would like to see him get a hive. Anytime now, Zyky. He's got good upgrades coming. If he
gonna be
takes
mad
12
if he
o'clock, I think he's in a really strong position.
This is my call, okay? He's gonna go mass and snare.
Oh, he's
against
taking bottom right.
no,
Oh, don't lose
no.
that drone, Sziky. Oh, Dewalt got the drone. Nice. Getting that drone there is kind of huge.
We're on even basis. The Volt is denying bases very well. Well, the base isn't active yet, but the transfer is coming now. So.
Even bases, but it's...
It's gonna take a minute to kick in.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to attack any of Ziki's bases, is the thing. You look at that and think, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need to attack. He just needs to keep denying.
He's not denying bottom right.
Nice storm. Sziky's third.
Yep.
Good position.
The score is 2-0 for Dewalt in a best of 5.
Whew, you only lost one link to that self-storm. Damn.
I was really excited for the mind control
You'll get
overlord
yours
lack
on
of us.
easy. You need to hotkey every Ursa.
Your killjoy, Quark. I wish you just kept it to yourself.
I mean, okay, Hive is done. We have Crack coming, and here's the Defiler Mound, and Sziky has his 4th gas on the way.
And Kader and Amulet is just over half done.
Another high temp punch snipe.
Oh, the Ursadon on the
Got the
map
links
just
there.
causing issues.
I mean, the links really don't matter.
Zeke's going to take 12. I don't know how you beat Sziky in this situation. Now, I'm sure that we're going to have Dewalt show us.
This is fully
But,
operational Hive Zerg.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
Very rough.
He did it in game 1.
The Philo then just
Pretty
finished,
effectively.
so Consume still needs to be researched.
I think what happens here is the same thing as happened in game 1 is Sziky sends in mismatched groups without any defilers, and Dewalt just kind of takes over.
That was game 2. Game 1 was Dominio Azul, where Dewalt did a really cool timing attack with also
Nice
using...
storm, but still there's a
Very
lot of
nice
lurkers.
storms, yeah.
Oh yeah, those lurkers are so bruised from the storms actually. Yeah, he's gonna get the base.
I don't know why Ziki's sending all his units down here to defend this. Like, the
Instead
base
of
is
just
dead, and it
countering,
has
right?
12.
Yeah.
I think you already have 12. Just send some crack links as an I6 and contain it or something. It's like, this is a mistake.
He can contain the army there.
He could maybe
But
wipe
he's
out his
running
army
everything
though.
in- he's just running
Yeah, but you don't want to run it all into storm like this.
If he could have contained him at the choke, it would have been.
He's going to lose 12 too. By trying to save bottom right, he's cost himself 12.
So Dewalt's just doing what he needs to do, is denying bases.
Easy is getting out-zerged by a Protoss.
Well, Dewalt's not. Dewalt denied one base, and then Zerg got all of his army together and ran them into storm.
Please
I-
don't try to crush this. Also don't stack your lurkers. Please. Oh, there's gonna be one storm. Oh,
I wish he had saved 12 of them.
Oh, Sziky, what are you doing, man?
Oh,
Oh, this is so sad.
Stop trying to kill this army.
If your opponent has an unattackable position, don't attack it.
Yeah, just contain it. It's so much supply
Yeah.
there. Like, what?
Like, if they make something that you can't possibly attack, just say yeah, good job. You can have fires. Like, well done.
That's what makes this game so difficult. You have that urge just to do something, and then
Kill it.
backfires.
he's just chasing bad money.
Some users are less impulsive.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucked at this point.
It went tits up.
Well, yeah, Dewalt has shown us how to beat an unbeatable position.
But I mean, no, Sziky helped. The way you beat like 30 lurkers is you wait for the Zerg to stack them all on top of each other and then run towards your high temper. I feel like it's much harder to beat the lurkers if the lurkers are staying still and you're running towards them.
I mean, Dewalt actually just out-zerged him. He just did what Zerg usually has to do. He had like a small counterattack force ready to attack the opposite side of the map.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Zerg usually tries to do, at least against, like, for example, Terran, against Protoss too. You try to spread out the strong Deathball army, try to draw him to different places,